Welcome to the channel. For those of you that have been here before, you may know I haven't made a video for a while, and the reason for that is I've got cancer. So I may as well get this out of the way at the start of the video. Prognosis not good. I've got stage 4 pancreatic cancer, and I've been given less than 12 months to live, and that was about a month ago. So the clock's ticking. I've had a lot to do, got a lot of things to get ready, still got things to sort out before I shuffle off this mortal coil, so I can leave everything in a decent state for the wife and the kids. But that notwithstanding, I got my old Tempest air pistol back. I didn't find it. I'd torn the house apart many times looking for it because I knew I hadn't given it away and I hadn't sold it, but I just couldn't put my hand on it. Anyway, it turned out my nephew, Jonathan, found it. He now lives in the house that I grew up in. When my parents died and we sold it to Jonathan, and it's his house now. But he was up in the loft tidying up and doing some work, and he found a carrier bag, and inside the carrier bag was my Tempest pistol. And the years and a bit of rust had got, the years and the damp had got to it, and there was some rust on it. The barrel was well rusted, and the safety catch was broken. So I sent off for a new safety catch, and I stripped the pistol down a little bit. I didn't strip it right down, just enough to take the barrel off. And I cleaned the barrel the other day, and I put the safety catch on. But one of the other things I did, the rear sight leaf was bent slightly, so I straightened that and re-blued that. But when I was putting that on, I sheared a screw. The screw was old and a bit feeble, and I snapped it. So this is it. This is my Tempest pistol. But I've looked down at closer look. So as you can see, I've re-blued the barrel and reattached it. I didn't make too bad a job. I'm quite pleased with it. It looks quite nice. But the part I broke, bear with me. Handy, these little ammunition tins for keeping parts in. I sheared off the screw in the block. Yeah, I could pop it and drill it out a little bit and screw it out, but I thought for the cost, I may as well fit a new one. And I won't show you the envelope with my address on it, but that is the new part, and I've got a new screw, and the company is TWC, TW Chambers and Co, and they're in Dingwall, so up in Scotland, Rossshire. Anyhow, they got the parts out to me really quickly. They're not expensive. Well, obviously, yeah, they got the part out really quickly. They're not expensive. And today I'm just going to fit some of the new parts to this. And bear with me, just get the screwdriver set out. Should have thought about all this beforehand, but there you go. I'm not a professional and I've got other things on my mind. So, what was I saying? Yeah, TW Chambers got the bits out to me really quickly. I'm well pleased. That's the company I bought the new safety switch. It only engages when the weapon's cocked, and I think somebody's tried to force it when it wasn't cocked and sheared it off across there, because I don't remember it being broken. I think somebody's been dicking about with it, but there you go. It's kids for you. So oh, that's the wrong way. That's the right way. So we've got the new parts, so we'll get them fitted. I must remember this time not to over tighten the screw. But in my defence, I'm going to say it was partly due to the screw being old and worn and a little bit rusty. And that's my story. And that's not the right one. Come on, idiot old man. No, it must be the right one. Oh yeah, I was reattaching the leaf when I brought it. So that's the wrong screw. That's the right screw, the original. I'm getting ahead of myself. That's the... This has got some adjustment vertically, and you can adjust the block a little bit side to side, but not a lot. I don't think there's much, if any, adjustment on the block side to side, to be perfectly honest. There's a little bit, which is more than enough. So this will be something I'll need to do at some point. Sort the sights out. So there's a sprung washer that needs to go on. Now you can buy all these parts individually. There's an exploded diagram on the website which you can zoom in at and see all the part numbers, and then you can just do a search on the part number and it'll bring it up. So long as you know the make and model of your, I'm going to say air pistol or air rifle. Sometimes knowing roughly the year of manufacture is handy, because there might be variations over the years, slight modifications. And there you have it. My Tempest pistol is back together after many years. I do like the barrel. The barrel's blued quite well. I used a cold bluing compound I got from, I think it was a Bisley. I got it off Amazon. It wasn't expensive, but essentially you clean up the area you want to re-blue. It's really designed for small areas, but the barrel needed some treatment, so I cleaned it up with a bit of Scotch-Brite and removed all the surface rust. Then cleaned it with some alcohol to get rid of all the greasy finger marks, and then applied about 3 or 4 quick coats of the blue. You rub it on with a soft cloth, then you rinse it all off, dry it off, and rinse and repeat, shall we say, until you get the depth of colour you want. Could have gone a bit deeper, but no, that's deep enough for me. That's quite nice. My pistol is working again. Yes, it could probably do with a full service and change all the seals, but I'm not going to be around long enough to do that. So it's now working. Young Arthur can do that in the future, should he wants to. I'll get the sights zeroed in at some point. And that's that. That's my Webley Tempest pistol up and running. Yeah, so getting back to my health, I won't be making many videos, that's for sure. What am I next doing today? Well, I'm going to move on and try and fix my Webley Mark 6 service revolver. Bear with me. Oh, I haven't put it back in the gun case because I knew I was getting it out to fix it at some point. So this is my Umarex Mark 6 service revolver, Webley service revolver, and take all of them out. It's top break. It's a lovely pistol, but last time I was up at Camp Bob, now this fires BBs and pellets, and when I was up at Camp Bob I had the pistol with me because young Arthur was going to have a play, but when I put some CO2 in it, it just started, it was fine at first, but after a few minutes it just started all leaking out the top seal in here somewhere. So I've ordered a new seal. That came quite quickly, and I took the opportunity, oh, bear with me, making sure my dressing isn't on anything. Yeah, I use a company called Bagnall and Kirkwood, and this is the seal they sent me, which apparently is the right one. And I took the opportunity while I was there to order the correct tool for removing and replacing the seal. Apparently this does a number of different models and whatnot, and it wasn't expensive. So I thought, rather than struggle, I'll get the right tool for it. So there we go. First things first, I've got to strip it down. Now, one thing I have been told to be wary of is a lot of these screws aren't real screws, they're fake screws. But we need to take this part of the pistol off, and that's going to pivot. And I think it's going to pivot on that one or that one. Right, we'll try this one first. And it turns. Where's my little can? I wouldn't care, I've got a magnetic tray downstairs, but I'm still using a little tin for the parts. Right. Let's see if... I've got a feeling this will be the fake one. No, that one's coming undone. No, there you go. So that's the... I'll give all that a bit of a clean while it's apart. There's a bit of lube on there. Put it aside for the one sec. Now, the bit we want is up in there. Trying to get this front cover off, and as I say, not all the screws are real, but that one is, apparently. And yep, that's coming off. And there's one to the side, and there's a little spring there. We have to watch that. Yeah, I can see it moving. Sorry if my hands are getting in the way, but I think it's more important for me not to drop a screw or lose a bit of a spring. That's off. That spring's off. Right. I think they're both fake screws, so we're looking at those next. Tiny little posi-drive things by the looks of things. Can't see the sense in putting fake posi drive screws in because they wouldn't have been using posi drives. And as this is supposed to be a replica, I'm wary of all the flathead ones. Right. Oh, there's another one right at the top, just in there. And again, it's a posi drive or Phillips. Remind myself that screw's still in place. Oh, there you go, it's all come out and the screw's out. So this is the bit we need out because the seal is in there. Well, there you go, that's the side plate. And as we now see, yeah, that screw is fake and that screw is fake. I don't want to take anything more apart than I have to, so I'll put them aside and I'll look at this. I'm going to leave the top seal alone. I don't want to take the trigger off. Don't want to undo that. So that's what we need to take out. Hence the special tool. I think that's the end we need. Yes. This is quite scary, this, because I don't seem to be breaking anything, and that's not good for me. Because usually, if I'm not breaking stuff, I'm doing something wrong, or it means there's a problem coming up. Now I need to get that out. Time for a think. Alrighty, I need to get that screen seal out the bottom there. I'm not sure if I've got anything to do it with. It seems to be a tight fit. And then sticking up through the middle of it, you've got the little metal nipple that pierces the CO2. I don't want to damage it. Right, we seem to have a very thin screwdriver or a pin. See if I can stick it in the seal. Oh, almost had it there. There we go. Yeah, I think you need a pick or something. So that's the way it came out. Let's have a look, see. So right, there's a concave side on one side and a convex side on the other, and it's concave down, convex up. Let's see if this seal's got the same arrangement. Oops, and I've just noticed this is the piercer. That little nipple is the bit that goes through the canister. And yeah, this one is concave on the bottom, convex on the top. So that needs to go in there like that. I don't know if you can make it out, but inside there appears to be a little screen, a fine mesh screen, probably keep any debris out. We'll just try and push that down with this. Don't want to damage anything. Let's see if we can get this back in one piece. Oh, get it back in one piece without cross threading it. Oh, let's turn it backwards. Oh, it's not going in. There you go. Turn it backwards for a second. Till it clicked, then let's hope. No real pressure, but I think that's going in. I just don't want to force it. You know when you're not sure if something's seated properly. Oh. We'll make use of the handy window and a magnifying glass. I've got a feeling that that is that. It's in place. But we shall see when it's all back together, and if it's still peeing gas, then obviously it wasn't back in place. I'm going to say that's that. Now I'm going to try and put it all back together. This will be fun when I have to keep stopping my own video to look back and see how I did it. Right. Oh, the bit I didn't want to do. I've just done it. Oh, stupid old man. think that's gone back in place. Fingers crossed. Oh yeah, that seems to be working without. Looks like I'm losing daylight. Never mind, there's enough to see what I'm doing. I'm sorry if it's not too clear on the camera. No. That's going to go in there, but I've got this. One side of this, I don't think see it, but one side of the spring is slightly longer than the other. They have these little lugs on. One engages into the frame and the other one engages into the pistol, I think, but or as it stops behind it. Either way, you need to now get there we go, it just slots in. But like with everything else, you just got to approach it at the right angle at angle. Tighten it up too much yet. Let's get the other screw in. Wrong one. Thing is, with these slot-headed screws, you really need to get the right size head of screwdriver on it. Otherwise, it's so easy to damage. Right then. Coolio. Now that goes in there. And this pin goes right through there and engages in that. remembering not to overly tighten anything. So, CO2 bulb. So, let's see if it'll pierce without leaking CO2 everywhere. Here we go. I'm getting a bit of a leak. It's still leaking from the same place. Or is it? I don't think it is. If it is, it's because I don't think I've tightened the seal up enough. Oh well, there you go. I think it's now leaking from the back of the seal. Well, back to the drawing board. I'll have to take it apart again and try and tighten that seal up. I didn't want to over tighten it. I don't think I've got it seated properly. That's my thinking anyway. I'll have to do a bit more investigation into where these things leak from. Get a full set of seals and try again. My first thing is I'll strip it apart and I'll tighten that seal gland up a bit and see if that fettles it. But that's enough for today. I'm feeling a bit now. At least the Tempest is fixed. The Webley's still to fix. Putting the new seal in didn't fix it. So, well, it might have done. I just might not have seated it enough. I didn't want to force it. Yeah, downside of the cancer, tired. I didn't go for chemo this week because my blood levels were off. I ended up back in hospital on Monday this week because I had a bit of an infection and my fluid levels were down and my blood pressure was low. Hopefully they'll have sorted that now. They think I've been taking off all my blood pressure meds now because the new medication I'm on for the prostate cancer. That was messing things up still, and I had a bit of an infection. They didn't know what the infection was, but they gave me some IV antibiotics and that seems to have sorted it. So that's where I'm at the moment. Everything takes more effort just now. Even doing this has tired me out. So, I don't know. I'll have to get it fixed before I shuffle off this mortal coil, and I'm not leaving something for young Arthur to fix later on. Such is life. So didn't succeed on fixing the Webley. But I think that was me being overly cautious, and I haven't tightened that seal up enough. Or it's the next seal along that's gone. I'll try tightening it up and putting another CO2 bulb in. Now that I know what I'm doing, it's a bit easier to take apart and put back together. So I don't know what to say to everyone. Yeah, I've got cancer and I'm going to be dead shortly. I know that I'm going to have a bit of a going away party, wake up at Camp Bob in August. The guys are arranging something, which is nice of them. I try to get up to Camp Bob as much as I can, but it's really dependent on the weather these days and whether or not I've got somebody to take me up, because I can't manage on my own. I'm too old and feeble now. I can drive up on my own, but if I have a funny turn, I don't want to be on my own. So I rely on somebody taking me up. So that's where I'm at the moment. That's why I haven't been making videos. It's because I was dying, would you believe? Work's been grand. They let me work from home up until I can't. The reason I'm still working, because people ask, why are you still working? It's because I've got one of these death in service benefits. If I die in service, my insurance policy pays out to my next of kin, which is Karen, and obviously she gets 4 times my salary as a lump sum, tax free. Obviously I don't want her to miss out on that. I've applied for my pension that was frozen when I worked for the council, but that could take a few months to come through. Even though I'm terminal, it'll still take a few months for the paperwork to be done. And then I've got to get the paperwork and sign it and send it back. It's nice of the government pension schemes to be responsive like that, I suppose. But at least I can put a claim in for it, such is life, or not. So that's that in a minute. I'm just taking each day as it comes. Some days I feel better than others. I regret some things that I didn't get done this year, things I was planning to do. I bought a new tent. I did a little video about it, a little 3-man tent, but I could stand up on it, and I wanted that for some motorcycle adventures where I could go and set the tent up for a day or two in one location and have a ride about. Obviously that's not going to happen. I did want to go at the Yorkshire Pud Rally this year, and that's not going to happen. I've still got my motorcycle, but I can't ride it. It's too heavy for me now. I discovered that when I rode it in to get it serviced a few months back, or last month. Yeah, when I went to pick it up and ride it back home, I nearly dropped it a couple of times simply because the wind caught it. And I realised I just haven't got the strength now to hold it up if it starts to tip. So I've said my son can have it, but I'm not sure if he really wants it. But so Karen will probably end up having to sell it at some point. But it's it's still running. It's running fine. It's just had another service. It's got an MOT for a year because it's now 3 years old. Yeah, I'm going to miss my bike. I was looking forward to some rides this year. I was looking forward to a lot of things this year, but it's not going to happen. I'm glad I didn't buy some things. I just bought myself a new bed as well, a new air mattress, a bit smaller, so it packs down a bit easier, and it's got a fairly decent R rating. I think the R rating's 3.5 or 4, so it's warmer than my existing air mattress. Yeah, it's. Oh, hang on a minute, I've got the box somewhere. A flex tail. Oh, I trapped myself to this flex tail RO3. It's got a inbuilt pump, or a little pump that slots into a housing. It's very comfortable. I have tried it. It's very comfortable. Works really well. What I would say is take the pump out overnight, because if it's still in the housing, even though there's a bung on it, it leaks a little bit. Past the pump seals, if you know what I mean. So take the pump out and there isn't a problem. Yeah, nice air mattress, and it falls down quite small and compact. So yeah, I bought that. I'm not going to need it now. Yeah, the kids could have it, or Karen can have it. Someone will use it at some point, I suppose. Yeah, all my air rifles and CO2 pistols, I'm just going to leave in the gun safe for Arthur when he's older, including my new Winchester, which I've had some fun with up at Camp Bob, and I intend to take up and then having a shoot. I know it was a bit daft at this stage going, Bob, sod it, I'm buying a Winchester, but yeah, why not? I treated myself to some soap from the black stuff the other day. It's quite nice. Why did I do that? £8 for a bar of soap? You've got to be fucking kidding me. But I've never spent money on things like that on myself because we've never really had it. And I'm at the point now, I want to try some nice stuff. So why can't I? Yeah. Oh, well. Silly stuff, I suppose, but there you go. I don't know what to say. Yeah, I'm waffling on this video because I don't know what to say. The guys at Camp Bob have been grand so far. I'm going to miss them. Well, obviously I'm not going to miss them because I'm going to be deed. But you know what I mean. Yeah, I'm going to miss the potential of having more and more time up there. I'm getting soppy now. I'm going to have to stop now because I'm going to have to make a video for my funeral. Karen wants me to say a few words at my funeral, would you believe? So I'll shut up now and in case I say anything I want to say later on. So, yeah, that's why videos have been sparse. I might try and make one or two more ones without being too bloody morbid. But guys out there, get your prostate checked. Definitely get your prostate checked. And if you're having dietary issues, ask them to check your pancreas. Because if they can't find a reason for it, they couldn't find a reason for my dietary issues. I was having stomach pains and diarrhea, and you could hear my stomach gurgling. It was like a bloody big chemical factory going off every time I ate. And they went, oh, it's irritable bowel. It'll be irritable bowel. Have this diet sheet and try that. Well, the diet sheet didn't work, and I should have said something a lot earlier that this isn't working. This makes no odds whether I follow it or I don't follow it. But yeah, because if you get... Generally, when they test your pancreas to see if there's problems with it, it's usually too late. So, yeah, if you're having dietary issues and nothing else seems to be working, just ask the doctor, check my pancreas. Send me for a scan for my pancreas, just in case there's some shadowy stuff going on. It might just be pancreatitis. Not sure what that is, but it might be that, which is treatable. Mine wasn't just that, but initially that's what they were testing me for, pancreatitis. And there was a shaded area on my pancreas, and they were fortunate enough to get one little sample off that which said cancer. If they hadn't got that one little sample, I couldn't have been diagnosed with cancer and I wouldn't be getting the treatment I'm getting now. And the treatment is to prolong what life I've got. It's trying to extend it a little bit. But I'm also on pain meds now that have made a huge difference, Because I suffered from chronic back pain most of my life, but now that's fucked off because I'm on morphine-based pain meds. So seeing the palliative care team at the local hospice, Butterwick Hospice, was great for me because they've sorted my pain meds out and it's been brilliant. So, yeah, you've got to be positive about what you can be positive about. I'm not in too much pain anymore. Brilliant. I'm running out of time to try some pies. But apparently there's one in Ilkley I've got to go and try, and there's one at Russip I've got to go and try. They make some nice pies apparently, so I'm going to go and try them. Why not? I can eat what the bloody hell I like now, so I'm going to try it. But it's caveat on that, I've got to feel up to the journey to go and do it. Now, we were going to go to the Lake District today. Today's a Saturday, we're going to go with young Arthur. I wanted to go over to Keswick and get a little motorboat and plod around Derwentwater, because I've not done that with Arthur. Ticking little things off on my bucket list. But anyhow, that's where we're at. I'm going to leave that because I'm going to start getting feeling a bit sorry for myself, and I don't usually feel sorry for myself, which is odd because I've as a rule, I'm not fazed by it. But when I start talking about it, I start to upset myself because of the things I'm going to not be here for. Mainly family stuff. And pies, obviously. So if you have any... I'm in the northeast, near Middlesbrough. I say Middlesbrough because most people don't know. It's the nearest, largest town that people are going to know. So I'm just outside of Middlesbrough. But if you've got any pie suggestions that you think I should try, drop it in the comments. I might get around to it if I can get to it. But there you go. Right, that said, everyone take care of yourself. And gents, get a blood test, check your prostate. And if I say you've got dietary issues and they can't seem to pin down what it is, just ask them to check your pancreas, just in case. Because the problem with the pancreas, and I didn't know this, is when it starts fucking up, one of the things it does is it produces enzymes to slow down your digestion so you can digest your food in the gut. Well, when it hasn't got those enzymes, essentially what happens is it passes through your stomach into your gut and then just fucks off straight down to your ass, which is why you got diarrhea all the time. So, yeah, you need to slow that down so it can compact it all and dry it out and turn it into proper shite. So, if you are having runny shit all the time and your gut sounds like a chemical factory, go and ask your doctor to check your pancreas. I don't know how they do it, but I know for one they don't stick a thumb up your ass. So it'll either be a scan or it'll just be a blood test. Because you don't want the other thing. The other thing is a probe down through your throat, through your gut, or through your stomach into your colon, which is where your pancreas joins on. Though I've got to say, I didn't notice mine because they give you some sedatives. It's a waking anaesthetic. You're slightly awake, if you know what I mean. But I was so tired because I was so worn out. As soon as they gave me that and I laid back, I just went, sod this, I'm going to sleep. And I just slept through the lot. I woke up a couple of times because it seemed like there was raised voices or people chatting loudly. And that's because they were having trouble getting samples. But I was fortunate there was three guys regionally they'd met up for the day to compare notes. And they all had a go and one of them managed to get one sample. Lucky old me. But that is lucky, actually, because I did, as I say, I got the cancer treatment. So, yeah, get yourself checked, gents. Get yourself checked. Yeah, and if you're younger, just get your prostate checked every now and again. I don't even think they stick a thumb up your arse anymore now. They do it with a blood test. Just ask for a blood test for your prostate and don't take no for an answer. Well, you're not in the target audience, shall we say. So, well, I'd like one anyway, just for peace of mind. Yeah. And if you keep sulking at them, they'll probably do it. Right. I'm going to put these tools away and tackle that pistol at another day. Thanks for watching. Ta-ra.